Welcome to St. Declan's Community College Progression Options after the Leaving Cert Parent Talk for the current Leaving Cert students. I'm Ms. Den.
Hi there, I'm Ms. Kelly.
We're going to go through the presentation, and if you've got any queries, we've left our contact details at the end of the presentation. We hope you enjoy it. During this presentation, we're going to discuss the outline of the National Framework of Qualifications, Apprenticeships, Teagasc, studying abroad, both UCAS, which is the Applications and Admission System for the UK, Scotland, England and Northern Ireland, and UNICAS for studying in Europe. We will also go through post-leaving cert courses, QQI, Level 5 and Level 6, the CAO points system, and the CAO application process. Here in DARE, which are supplementary admission schemes, REACH is the WIT Access Programme, SUSI, which is the grants application system, scholarships and college support, accommodation, and then a summary.
This slide deals with the National Framework of Qualifications in Ireland. The students are familiar with this framework, but it's also very useful for parents. We can say at junior cycle we're dealing with level 3, while at senior cycle the Leaving Cert is dealing with level 4 and 5. Then the post-leaving cert courses, they tend to be at level 5, a 1 year, or level 6, a 2 year. After that we move into third level, and at level 6 we have the highest certificate, which is 2 years, level 7 an ordinary degree, which is 3 years, and level 8 an honours degree, which is 4 years. Then we go into level 9, which is postgraduate qualifications, which includes masters and postgraduate diplomas, while at level 10 doctorate. This is useful to know as we go through the presentation talking about the different levels. In this section, I will take you through the apprenticeship route. What is an apprenticeship? An apprenticeship is a programme of structured education and training which formally combines and alternates learning in the workplace with learning in an education or training centre. It is a dual system, a blended combination of on-the-job employer-based training and off-the-job training. The key features of an apprenticeship: they are industry-led. They lead to level 5 to level 10 on the National Framework of Qualifications. They are between 2 and 4 years in duration. There is a minimum of 50% on-the-job learning. They are flexible in the delivery, including online, blended, off-the-job learning in increments, blocks. The state funds off-the-job learning. Apprentices are employed under a formal contract of apprenticeship. The apprentice is paid for the duration of the apprenticeship. The entry requirements for apprenticeships: you must gain employment with an approved employer. Educational and age criteria varies depending on the apprenticeship. Check the apprenticeship.ie website for entry requirements. The benefits of an apprenticeship: if your son or daughter decides to go down the apprenticeship path, there are over 40 apprenticeships to choose from. They will earn while they learn. They will be trained by industry professionals. They will have a track record and work experience included, job ready for qualifications, and excellent career progression. At the moment, here are some of the types of apprenticeships that are available, and there are many more in development. The construction apprenticeships include brick and stone laying, carpentry, plastering, plumbing, wood manufacturing, stone masonry. The electrical apprenticeships include aircraft, mechanics, electrical instrumentation, electronic security systems, refrigeration and air conditioning. Some of the engineering apprenticeships include industrial insulation, metal fabrication, pipe fitting, tool making, manufacturing technology, polymer process technology. The finance apprenticeships include accounting technician, international financial services associate, and at level 8, the international financial service specialist. The hospitality apprenticeships include different levels of chefs, commis, chef de partie and sous chef, and also a butcher. The newly added sales apprenticeship includes retail supervision. The ICT apprenticeship includes the Associate Professional Network Engineer and the Associate Professional Software Developer. The Logistics Apprenticeship includes the Logistics Associate Apprenticeship. The Biopharma Apprenticeship include the Lab Analyst and the Lab Technician, which are very popular here in Waterford. The Motor Apprenticeships include Agricultural and Heavy Goods Vehicle Mechanic, Construction Plant Fitting, Motor Mechanic and Vehicle Body Repair. Property Service Apprenticeship includes Auctioneering and Property Services. Hairdressing, newly added, hairdressing at level 6. Insurance Practitioner at level 8. In this section, I'm going to look at the pre-2016 apprenticeships. The path to skilled occupations are in a range of industries and sectors, such as construction, engineering, motor, and electrical. They are 4-year in duration with 7 phases on and off the job, and there is a continuous intake. In this slide, it goes through the 7 phases of on the job with the employer and off the job in a training facility and the length of time. The post-2016 apprenticeships are between 2 and 4 years. The qualification levels are from level 5 to level 10 on the National Framework of Qualifications. The varying delivery methods, both online and actually in training centres. They're led by industry bodies, and intake is once a year. An example of the structure depends on the apprenticeship. Here in Waterford, we've got the Accounting Technician, which is 2 years, 4 days working and 1 day in college. This slide tells you what employers are looking for in an apprentice. A passion to learn, an interest and flair for a chosen apprenticeship, a positive attitude, good communication skills, a willingness to further develop skills within the organisation, that they are reliable and good timekeepers, and they're dedicated and focused on the job, and good problem solvers. If your son or daughter are interested in an apprenticeship, what next? They need to do their research. Look online at www.apprenticeship.ie, talk to people in the industry, search for advertisements of people who are looking for apprentices to take on, and also follow apprenticeships on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter or LinkedIn.
Another option is Chagas, which offers agriculture, horticulture, equine and forestry courses. The further education training courses are at level 5 and level 6. Our local college here is Kildalton. Courses can be taken full-time and part-time. At the moment, they are taking applications for level 5, if you can apply online through chagas.ie. And level 6, they will be taking applications mid-February. There's also the Higher Education Link Scheme, where holders of QQI awards can apply for a quota number of higher education courses. You apply through the CAO. Third level courses are at level 7 and level 8. Again, entry is through the CAO. Courses are taken at the Institutes of Technologies and UCD. Again, further information, chagas.ie.
In the next section, we will look at further options for your son or daughter to consider, UCAS and UNICAS. What is UCAS? UCAS includes 350 plus universities and colleges in Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland and England, with over 35,000 courses available. It is important to note at this stage, any students considering applying for UCAS, that the 15th of January 2021 is the application deadline. A very important part of the UCAS process is the personal statement. It's the only section that the student will have full control over. Any students considering applying to UCAS, please ask myself or Ms. Den for the step-by-step guide to UCAS personal statement, or look online to ucas.com for further information. We will now look at UNICAS, where many degree programmes in Europe are taught through English. An example of what you can study in Europe are sciences, engineering, hospitality, IT and software, life sciences, medicine, psychotherapy, psychology, veterinary, sports management, and many, many more.
For further information for applying to the UK and Northern Ireland, please see ucas.com, or Europe, please see unicas.ie.
Why study a PLC? PLCs offer a great variety of courses in your locality designed for different industries. They're an alternative route to university or college. They provide access to college through the Higher Education Link Scheme. There is less of a chance of dropping out of college after completing a PLC course, up to 90% less of a chance of dropping out. They provide great value. They're 10% of the cost of college or university. You're entitled to a maintenance grant while completing a PLC if you're eligible. It also gives you breathing space to make better future decisions. It's a great alternative if you're unsure about pursuing a particular area of study. For all PLC applications post-leaving cert courses this year, you apply directly on the CAO website, which has connection to fetchcourses.ie for all courses in the country. A successful completion at interview and also 5 passes in the leaving cert is generally required for all PLC courses. There are over 20 higher education institutions offering places to QQI applicants. Specific QQI Level 5 and Level 6 courses are linked to reserved places on specific higher education programs. Approximately 15% of all CAO applicants are Level 5 certificate holders. Each university course has its own minimum entry requirements. You need to check them on the individual college websites or on the CAO website to see the links. Places on the courses are offered in order of merit based on the ranking. Students can progress from an advanced certificate, which is a level 6 qualification, QQI qualification, into year 2 of an Institute of Technology or a university also. But they will have to apply directly to the admissions office of the Institutes of Technology or universities and complete a direct entry application form. And you also need to be aware that some colleges may require leaving cert maths in addition to the level 5 certificate. So always check with the admissions office of individual institutions. Students can complete QQI Level 5 nursing courses in colleges of further education, but it is extremely competitive to gain places on the nursing degree programs throughout the country. There are only 144 places nationwide which are reserved for the nursing degrees, and often over 1,500 people apply. So applications are chosen by random selection for these places, and they always require at least 5 distinctions, and even people who have achieved up to 8 distinctions have been unsuccessful in obtaining places on these courses. So you need to look at alternative routes. So it's a good idea to talk to your guidance counsellor, and sometimes people end up repeating it or looking at alternative routes to get into nursing. A new point system is in place by the CAO since 2016-2017, and you have a scale between a H1 and a H8 on higher level paper and an O1 and an O8 on an ordinary level paper. A H1 is awarded 100 points for between 90 and 100% on a higher level paper. A H2 is awarded 88 points for between 80 and 89% on a higher level paper. A H3 is awarded 77 points, and that's between 70 and 79% on a higher level paper. A H4 is 66 points, and that is when you get between 60 and 69% on a higher level paper. A H5 is 56 points, and that's if you obtain between 50 and 59% on a higher level paper. A H6 is 46 points, and that's between 40 and 49%. And the difference with the last few years is that they're awarding points for H7, which is 37 points when you get between 30 and 39% on a higher level paper. And then on the ordinary level side, an O1 is worth 56 points, an O2 is worth 46 points, an O3 is worth 37 points, which is the same as a H7 on a higher level paper. An O4 is 28 points, an O5 is 20, an O6 is 12, and then the thing that people need to remember is that 25 bonus points will continue to be awarded for higher level maths for H6 and above. But the points are calculated by the CAO on the best 6 subjects in the Leaving Cert. This year, the CAO have an interactive CAO handbook available to view on their website, under downloads. On the main CAO website page, you can access further education, training and apprenticeships and other information, and that is a new feature on the CAO website this year. There are lots of useful information available under downloads on the CAO website, including the CAO handbook and the CAO presentation. When your son or daughter is applying to the CAO, it is their choice, it is their responsibility, and it is their decision of the courses that they put down. All students who are applying to the CAO have received a copy of the Cio Manual. It is also available online on the CAO website to download. Would encourage you to read it carefully, and all questions are answered that you may have in relation to different queries. The CAO handbook has 2 sections. The first section are the white pages at the beginning of the booklet, and that outlines the details of the application procedures, the offers, the deadlines, and the other instructions. And the second section is the yellow pages, and they list all of the courses and the codes in the different colleges. But I would also recommend that you always consult the CAO website as well for updated lists of courses and any changes for courses that have been discontinued or new courses that might be available as well. Over the next few weeks and months, your son or daughter should be doing their research and getting the information. They should be looking at the higher education institutions' prospecti online, checking the individual college websites for the courses that they might be interested in. And also Qualifax is an excellent database where you can compare up to 3 courses and look at the course content, the subjects taught in each year of the course, and also the contact details of any of the course leaders if you have any queries. And also Careers Portal is an excellent source of information as well for looking at information on the college courses, and also videos of different career paths. And also it shows the links to different colleges for students who might be interested in applying for a PLC. So I would strongly encourage you to have a look at Qualifax as a main database and Careers Portal, and then the individual college websites as well. Also, there were a number of virtual open day talks in the last term, and the recordings are still available on the college website. So I would encourage you to look at those with your son or daughter while they're doing their research. And also it's important that they talk to students who might be currently doing the courses, or people who have completed the courses in the past. So talk to friends. The more people that they talk to about the courses, the more and the better informed their decisions can be about their course choices and their order of preference. And talk to people working in that sector as well. The more research that's completed, the more successful the outcome is going to be, and they're going to be satisfied with their course choices and their order of preference. Course information. It is important to consider the subjects taught in each individual year from year 1 to year 4 of the course, and look and compare and contrast each course that you are looking at. Look at the entry requirements for each course and also look at the points. And you need to remember as well that there are exceptions for some of the national universities of Ireland, that they do not require a language for science, engineering, nursing, computer science, ag science, and there are some other exceptions as well. So you do not need a language as a requirement for those. So always double check if you're eligible or not with the entry requirements, because you might lose out on an opportunity if you haven't researched the entry requirements. And always check the points as well. Because of the predicted grades last year, it might be an idea to look at the points for 2019. It's also important to look at the options that are available within the course, because there's a huge variety of choice out there and options to get to the same destination and the same career that you want to get into. So there's lots of ways of getting there, so you need to research the courses thoroughly and realise that some of the backup options will allow you to get to the same place. So, for example, if you're unsure maybe about certain areas, first of all, maybe in computers, it might be a better idea to do a generic course and see what are the options available and get exposure in the first year, and then make a more better informed decision in year 1, in year 2 or 3 of the degree program. Or the same with business. Maybe you don't want to specialise in accountancy straight away, so see what the other options and do a generic business or commerce course instead of specialising in accountancy straight away, for example. The same with science. Instead of specialising straight away, it might be a better idea to do a general science degree first of all, and then you can get exposure to all of the options and make a better informed decision in year 2 or year 3. And also law as well, there's lots of options there that you can do with humanities subjects, with business subjects, with languages. So you need to look at all of the options that are available there. And then in engineering, the same. It might be better to do a generic engineering degree first of all and then pick your option. And always remember that there are backup routes into a lot of areas, so it's important to do your research thoroughly to find out the backup routes, and they might be your options further down on your CAO form. So it's important to research those thoroughly. Also, you need to look at the distance from home and look at the career opportunities that are available out of the courses, and talk to people. Talk to friends, people currently doing the course, and maybe people working in the sector to help you make a better informed decision and realise what the daily routine of the job is from 9 to 5. It will help you make a better decision. And also look at the costs. What are the fees? And then you've got the private colleges, and then accommodation costs as well. And always remember that if you're thinking of moving away from home, that it's important to book accommodation early and start in January. The CAO, there are 2 separate lists on a single form. There's level 6 and level 7 courses. That's ordinary degree, which is level 7, and higher certificate, which is level 6. And then you can have up to 10 course choices on that site. Then you have the level 8 courses, which are the honours degree programs, and you can have up to 10 course choices there. And whether you apply for 1 or 20, it's the same fee. The courses are clearly labelled on the CAO handbook or online on the CAO website, and care must be taken when courses are marked restricted. These courses cannot normally be applied for after the 1st of February due to extra assessment requirements. Restricted application courses. Some courses have interviews or assessments or portfolios, and some of them may be online for the next academic year. There's auditions, for example, for art, music, drama and theatre studies. For the HPAT for medicine is going to be an online test, and applications must be made by the 1st of February. And all details of all the restricted entry courses are available on the interactive CAO handbook. What is required for entry into third level or matriculation? You've got college requirements, you've got faculty requirements, and you've got points. First of all, the college or basic entry requirements. You need to have 506s in the Leaving Cert for colleges of further education and level 6 and level 7 courses. You need 6 subjects, 2 at H5 and 4 at H7, 06 for most level 8 degree courses. The next thing is the faculty or the specific course requirements. For example, you need to have a H4 in Irish for primary school teaching, H4 in maths for some engineering degrees, and then you have to have certain requirements for certain science degrees or language related courses, but you always need to check the individual courses in the different colleges. And then you've got the points requirements, and it's the best 6 subjects in one sitting of the Leaving Cert. You can get an offer when you satisfy the college requirements, the faculty requirements, and the points requirements. The order of preference is extremely important, and it's really important that you put the course that you want to do the most down as your first choice. So the dream courses should be the first few choices on your CAO form. Then further down your list, it should be the realistic courses in the middle, and then safety net and backup courses for the last few courses in your order of preference on your level 6, level 7 and level 8 courses. And some of your backup courses might be the level 6 and level 7 courses as a back route entry into your desired course. The application procedure. Apply online at www.cao.ie. I would strongly recommend that everybody completes the demo option before they complete the online CAO. We have completed it in careers classes in school before Christmas. It follows step-by-step instructions. It's very straightforward, and you can pay by laser or credit card or bank gyro. The majority of people pay it online now. And you must print and save a receipt of your application. You get a CAO number, which is important, and it's important to keep it safe. And then if you're going back into the CAO, again, you go in under My Application. The verification code is needed for initial access. The CAO application steps. Step 1 is registration. Step 2 is qualifications and assessment. So all of the current Leaving Cert students will tick that they're completing the current Leaving Cert this year. Step 3, you tick if you want to be considered for here. Step 4, you tick if you want to be considered for there. And they're going to be outlined in greater detail further on in the presentation. And step 5 is you tick if you want to be considered for a maintenance fee or grant. But you still have to make a separate application to SUSI, but that's just letting the college know that you are going to apply for a grant. And step 6 then is your course preferences, where you can add up to 10 course choices on your level 8 and up to 10 course choices on your level 6 and level 7. The CAO application number. You will be given a CAO application number sent instantly by email and text. It's important that you keep this safe. You will need it to log into your account, and you can change your mind online free of charge up to the 31st of January. And then it will close and open again at the beginning of May for the change of mind facility from the 5th of May to the 1st of July 2021. Making your CAO choices. Choose your level 8 and your level 6 and level 7 courses in genuine order of preference. Do not mix them up. Use the handbook for the course codes, or download the handbook on the CAO website. Remember that your first choice is the course that you want to do the most, and maybe your second or third after that. Ignore the points. Keep at least one dead cert in your choices and research all your course choices thoroughly, and make sure that any course you're going to put down in your CAO form, that if you got offered that course, you would be happy to do it. So do not put down courses that you have not fully researched, and it's really, really, really important that you don't. Research everything thoroughly and compare them, and look at the content from year 1 to year 4, the career opportunities, and talk to people. The CAO offers. All offers are sent by post or accessed online. Round 1, the main body of offers, about 45,000 offers, are made in mid-August. Round 2 is early to mid-September, and round 3 can be up to mid-October after the rechecks. And students can receive up to 2 offers. An applicant may accept 1 offer. So to accept an offer, follow the instructions and reply within the deadline date. And successive offers may happen in round 2 or 3. I'm just going to explain the CAO offers. The CAO, the Central Applications Office, calculate the points. They check the individual requirements. They create merit lists for each course. Then they check the applicant's eligibility, and then they make the offers. For example, the colleges could have 150 places on a business course, and there's a certain number of applicants. There could be 300 applicants for that course, and the applicants' results are recorded. Then the CAO creates the merit lists based on the results. The offers are made then to the top 150 students who applied for that course, and the cutoff is the last person there is 150, and they're the cutoff points for that course. Here's an example of a round 1 offer for a student's application. So you can see that the student has filled out courses 1 to course 10 on their CAO form. And in the round 1 offers, they have received course 5, their 5th choice on their CAO offers, because they've met the college requirements, they've met the faculty requirements, and they've got the points. So you have to meet all 3 in order to get an offer. Then everything else underneath is deleted from the CAO system after the round 1 offer. So the courses between 6 and 10 are deleted from the CAO offer. So that student will receive their 5th course choice in round 1. Some people don't accept offers in round 1. It could be up to 3,000 or 4,000 places, leaving places empty on courses. So you can get a higher up offer in round 2 or round 3. People might decide to defer a place on a course and decide to go and work for the year. They might decide that they want to pursue a PLC or an apprenticeship, or go straight into employment or travel. So for several different reasons, there could be up to 3,000 or 4,000 places that are not accepted in round 1. CAO applicants can receive subsequent offers in their CAO applicant if they received their first offer further down on their CAO list. In this example, the student has received an offer in round 2 of their 2nd course choice because they've met the college requirements, they've met the faculty requirements, and the points may have dropped because places have become available or weren't taken up in round 1. So everything else underneath course 3 and course 4 are deleted from the CAO system, because you can only receive an offer higher up on your CAO form. You cannot receive ones further down on your CAO form. That's why it's really important that you adhere to the order of preference and put your course choices in genuine order of preference. Confirmation of courses. In May, you will be sent a confirmation of course choices. It's really important that you check all the details carefully and all correspondence and email from the CAO. If there are no errors, you do not need to do anything, but notify the CAO of any errors by marking them on the form and sending it back. So please do not ignore any correspondence from the CAO. In August, courses with places still available or new courses are advertised on the CAO website. You can apply for these once you have met the minimum entry requirements, and they can be worth checking out. Every year, students decide to defer a place, and in particular last year, because of the pandemic, students decided to defer college places. But it's always very, very important that you check, because some courses cannot be deferred. You have to check beforehand. Once the offer comes out in August, do not accept it. Write or email immediately to the college concerned, and they will let you know if the offer will be deferred. Accepting a deferred place the following year. You reapply on the CAO the following year with that course as your only choice. You will then get an offer in round 0. If you put other courses on your form, you will lose your deferred place, and you will then have to compete for places with all the other applicants. Cio Language Exemptions. Students with Irish and/or third language exemption must click on the Modify NUI Exemption Status button and follow the instructions to ensure that they meet the entry requirements for NUI colleges. Now, the 4 NUI colleges are UCC, NUI Galway, UCD and Maynooth University. They're the 4 national universities of Ireland. If applying for any of the other universities, example UL, you must fill in a language waiver form and contact the CAO to inform them. You can get the forms directly from the college. This does not apply to the Institutes of Technology. These are some Cio concerns. So there's a reduced number of choices being made on the CAO form, and the CAO would strongly encourage people to use all the available options from 1 to 10 on level 6 and 7 and 1 to 10 on level 8. Applicants seem to have difficulty with sorting out their order of preference, in particular courses further down on their CAO form. So 50% only apply by January the 20th, and some only put in the application but they don't put down any course choices. Then another concern is that the dropout for the first year, and there's been 40% were from first course choices. So that's why it's really, really important that students do their research and talk to people and know what's involved in all of the courses that they're putting down in their CAO form. I'm going to outline some of the financial supports that are available for your son or daughter. The SUSI grant scheme, the Student Universal Support Ireland, where you apply for grants, and then I'll go through some of the other supports, including scholarships and general college supports that are also available. Detailed information on grants is available on studentfinance.ie, and the application is made through www.susi.ie. Students' grants are divided into 2 classes, maintenance grants and fee grants. A maintenance grant is a contribution towards the student's living costs, and a fee grant can cover any of the following 3 elements: all or part of the student contribution, costs of essential field trips, all or part of a student's tuition fees. In general, if you qualify for a maintenance grant, you will qualify for all elements of the fee grant. A lot of students may apply for a post-leaving cert course this coming academic year, and students doing post-leaving cert courses do not get fee grants. but if you qualify for a maintenance grant, you will be exempt from the PLC participant contribution. If you qualify for a maintenance grant, you will qualify for all relevant elements of a fee grant. You must have been legally resident in the state for 3 of the previous 5 years to qualify for a maintenance grant. The means test for a student grant is based on your family's income for the previous full tax year, and it's also important to check due to COVID your circumstances because they may take that into account and you may qualify. Here is a sample of the average cost of college. The average monthly costs, including if you're living away from home, rent, light, heat, food, travel, books and stationery, clothes, medical expenses, social life and miscellaneous. And so the average annual monthly total is 8,109. The registration fees are 3,000 and the total average cost is just over 11,000. Now the average cost of third level per annum is between 11,000 and 13,000 if living away from home. Obviously costs in Dublin are greater than other cities and the cost of accommodation is varying, but due to current circumstances, due to COVID, it is going to vary significantly if students are working from home and they're only attending college part-time. Also, if you're living at home, it's significantly cheaper and you're attending Waterford Institute of Technology or Waterford College of Further Education. For higher education, undergraduate students and awards in the state, where the household income is 39,875 or less, you would be eligible for 100% maintenance grant. For adjacent, the award of 1,125 per academic year or €135 per month. Where you are less than 45 kilometres from home to college, it's paid directly into your bank account each month, and the student contribution fee of just over €3,000 is paid directly to your college. The non-adjacent grant of 39,875 or less will be eligible for 100% maintenance grant. The award is 3,025 per academic year or 336 per month. Where you are more than 45 kilometres from home or college, it's paid directly into your bank account each month, and the student contribution fee of 3,000 is paid directly to your college. Income thresholds. The income thresholds start at 24,500 for less than 4 children and progress to 54,240 euros. More details are available on www.susi.ie. Students must indicate on the CAO form that they intend making a SUSI application. You may use the eligibility reckoner on the SUSI website to check if you qualify. And you can also contact the SUSI help desk at support@susi.ie, or telephone queries can go to 076 108 7874, and they generally don't open until the end of April.
In this section, I'd like to take you through the higher education access route to college and the disability access route to college. It is very important that if your son or daughter is applying for either of these schemes, that they indicate it on their CAO form at the time of application. What is the DARE scheme? DARE stands for the Disability Access Route to Education. It is a third-level alternative admission scheme for school leavers whose disabilities have had a negative impact on their second-level education. DARE offers reduced points places to school leavers who, as a result of having a disability, have experienced additional educational challenges in secondary education. Who should apply? Applicants whose disability had a significant impact on educational performance in school, and applicants who may not be able to meet the points for their preferred course due to the impact of the disability. Here are a list of the disabilities which are eligible for consideration. Autistic spectrum disorder, including Asperger's syndrome, ADD or ADHD, blind or vision impairment, deaf or hard of hearing, dyspraxia or dysgraphia, mental health conditions, neurological conditions like brain injury, epilepsy, speech and language disabilities, significant ongoing illness, physical disability, or specific learning difficulties, which include dyslexia and dyscalculia. The educational impact. Has the disability impacted your son or daughter's education in a combination of the following? Have your son or daughter received intervention or supports in post-primary? Has it impacted on attendance or regularly disrupted their school day? Has it affected their school experience and well-being? Has it impacted your son or daughter's learning or exam results? Has it caused any other educational impact? This section is required for applicants with specific learning difficulties, which include dyscalculia and dyslexia. Is it severely impacting on their literacy and numeracy skills? Evidence of disability. You must be able to provide verification of your son or daughter's disability, as this helps to determine the third level supports. You can provide an existing report or complete Section C, the Evidence of Disability form. Get the form completed, signed and stamped by the appropriate professional or accompanied by their business card or headed paper. A GP verification. Your GP may be in a position to complete Section C, Evidence of Disability, if they have the appropriate information on file from the consultant or specialist.
Applicants applying under the following disability categories must provide a report that is less than 3 years old and be provided by a consultant psychiatrist on the specialist register for mental health conditions and significant ongoing illnesses and neurological conditioning, including epilepsy and brain injury. Applicants with dyspraxia or dysgraphia must provide either an existing report or fill in the Evidence of Disability form 2022. Existing report must have been completed by an occupational therapist, a neurologist, a chartered physiotherapist, or a paediatrician. There is no age limit on the report.
For students with dyslexia and or dyscalculia, you will need a psychological assessment report by a psychologist. No age limit on the date of this report. And it's important to note that applicants with either dyslexia or dyscalculia must have 2 literacy and 2 numeracy attainment scores at or below the 10th percentile from testing carried out on or after the 1st of February. This part of the testing will be done through the school. So just to summarise, to be eligible for DARE, your son or daughter must meet both the DARE educational impact criteria and the DARE evidence of disability criteria. Your son or daughter must provide the required evidence of their disability and provide an impact statement from the school to be considered for DARE. In the next couple of slides, we'll look at the HERE scheme, which is the Higher Education Access Route, an admission route for school leavers who, for social, financial or cultural reasons, are underrepresented at third level. It was set up to ensure that all Leaving Cert students have a fair and equal opportunity to progress to third level education. Again, make sure that your son or daughter ticks the box in the CAO form and complete the HERE form and submit all relevant supporting information, for example, a P60. Why apply to HERE? It offers reduced CAO point offers in participating colleges, provided you meet the minimum entry requirements. And also, once your son or daughter is in college, there are post-entry supports such as financial, academic, social and personal. Should you apply to the HERE scheme? These are questions to consider. Was the family income on or below 45,790 in 2020? Does the student or the family have a medical card or a GP visit card? Do the parents or guardians receive a means-tested social welfare payment for at least 26 weeks in 2020? Are your parents or guardians in employment status underrepresented in higher education? And then I'm going to move on to number 6, because we here in St. Declan are not a DESH school. Do you live in an area of concentrated disadvantage? To be considered for the HERE scheme, your son or daughter must meet the HERE income limit plus the right combination of 2 other indicators in order to be eligible. From the 21st of June, you just log into your Cio application to view your HERE application outcome. It is very important to remember Your son or daughter is applying for a grant. Here is not the Susie grant. If you apply to here, you should also apply to Susie if you think you may be eligible. Have a look through the Here handbook with your son or daughter carefully. Complete the online application accurately and put an accurate description of your occupation. They will request supporting documentation, so please get it in early and send good quality copies and submit all supporting documents that are requested. Keep proof of postage and remember to keep to the deadline dates. There will be a virtual information day on Saturday the 8th of January from 10 to 2 p.m. It's also important to remember that your son or daughter can apply to both the Dare and Here scheme. Anybody who applies to both and are eligible will be prioritised by colleges when they are allocating reduced points places. This slide just gives you the dates for the Dare and Here timelines. More information available on cao.ie, the application guides on accesscollege.ie or individual college websites.
Scholarships. In recent years, there has been an increase in the number of scholarships available to students throughout the country. Scholarships are awarded for high academic achievement, sporting excellence, music, active citizenship, and a variety of other fields. There are some scholarships that you must apply for, but there are others that are awarded to students who fulfill certain criteria. There are entrance scholarships to third level with 550 plus points. You can consult the individual college websites to find out about them. Also sports scholarships for several different types of sports. Check the individual college websites, but there's also a new website that has just become available there with the last 2 months, and that's sportsscholarshipsireland.com, which is a source for all of the sports scholarships that are available in all the institutes of technology and universities. And the other scholarship that I'm going to mention is the President's Scholarship in WIT. It is worth looking at, and it offers a significant amount of money for the successful applicants. There are other bursaries and scholarships available. Studentfinance.ie is a good source of information on some of the bursaries and scholarships. The Credit Union Plus Scholarship Scheme. There's also the Department of Education and Skills, and they offer a range of scholarships. SVP, Education and Training Bursary Fund. There are also scholarships available for students with disabilities. There are scholarships available for the Erasmus Plus program for students who would like to spend time abroad as part of their studies for 6 months to a year. There's the Nocton scholarships, which are for STEM. And then we have the 1916 Bursary Fund, which I will go into more detail on, and the Irish Taxation Institute third level scholarship programme also. The 1916 Bursary Fund, which is the South Cluster SOAR project, it aims to encourage participation and success for students who are mostly economically disadvantaged from sections of the population underrepresented in higher education. It's for full-time students, and they will receive up to €5,000 per year, up to a maximum of €20,000. And it's also for part-time students, and it can receive up to a maximum of 6 years to a maximum of €30,000. The 1916 Bursary Fund, or the South Cluster SOAR project, it's open to all first-year entrants to third level, mature students, students currently in further education, 6th year Leaving Cert students. It's a national programme and it's open to all part-time and full-time students. The application process will go live in the spring. Further information will be available on the college websites at the beginning of the next academic year. And for other information, contact info@soarforaccess.ie. The Student Assistance Fund is another financial means that provides financial assistance for students. It assists with costs such as books, rent, heating, food, travel, childcare costs and medical costs. It's open to both full-time and part-time students, and it's open to students in all colleges. WIT's REACH programme. If students are making a HERE application and applying to WIT, they should make a REACH application. It can only be done through the school guidance counsellor, and there are approximately 20 plus REACH places, and they will receive personal, academic and financial support, including mentors in first year. All eligible applicants may obtain a place in WIT on reduced points once they meet the course entry requirements. And REACH applicants must also apply to SUSI, and they must meet certain criteria. The criteria to apply must be a single parent, in-state care, a young carer at home, the first in the family to apply to third level, a member of an ethnic minority, a member of another minority group, for example LGBT or traveller, or they may apply for bereavement, medical or mental health reasons, or financial difficulties. REACH timeline and key dates. You apply through the CAO for a WIT place by the 1st of February. The REACH online application opens in early February. The application closes in April. The nursing interviews will be held in May, and all REACH applicants can avail of reduced points offers made with the CAO Round 1. And once student accepts Round 1 or Round 2 CAO offers in WIT, then 20 students will be selected on REACH. I'm just going to outline the stages involved in the REACH application process. The first step is that the guidance counsellor will target students to apply for the REACH programme. Step 2, the online application process will open on the 5th of February 2021, and the link is only sent to the guidance counsellors in schools. Third step is you complete the application form. The student completes Part A. The parent or guardian fills in Section B. And the guidance counsellor fills in Section C. And step 4, the guidance counsellor submits the completed form online to WIT Access Office. There are several support facilities available in all colleges. They include the Access Office, Disability Support Services, General Student Support, Pastoral Care, Career Services, Counselling Services, Health Promotion Nurse, Retention and Student Engagement Officers, and many more. There are a wide range of supports available in all colleges, including academic writing workshops, sports and society, support for maths and science and computers and all subjects. There are computer services for students. There's a grant and fees office. There's the Access Office. There's the Disability Support Office. There's the first year induction programs. There the Students' Union, the libraries, academic writing workshops. There's the International Office for international students or those who may wish to go on Erasmus. There's skills centres. There's student health and well-being, career services, and lots more. I'm just going to outline some of the accommodation options that are available to students. There's on-campus accommodation provided by colleges. The cost varies depending on the standard, whether you're looking for an ensuite, a shared bathroom, a shared room, a single room, a double room, or a catered accommodation. It's approximately between 4,000 and 7,000, payable in 2 or 3 instalments per year, and it works out at approximately between €100 to €170 per week. But you do need to consult the individual colleges to find out the options that are available there. Then you've got digs, staying with a family from a Sunday evening until Friday. It includes bills and can also include meals, approximately €100 to €180 per week. There are houses and flat shares renting a room in a house or obtaining a lease with friends. For a house or an apartment, you can use rent.ie, and that shows private accommodation near to third level institutions. Other useful websites are daft.ie, property.ie and myhome.ie. Students' unions provide accommodation lists on their website with houses and digs that have been inspected over the summer, so they're another good source of information. Student complexes are also designated apartment complexes for students from any college in the area, and they're provided by private landlords. Or the other option is stay with a relative. If you're considering on-campus accommodation for the first year in college, it's very important to contact College Accommodations Office as soon as possible, and they will provide you with information of all the types of accommodation available in the above categories. A lot of the colleges advise to start in January. Early application will help to avoid students paying more than they intended or possibly living some distance from the college. So the college websites provide excellent information on both on-campus and off-campus accommodation, and they may be accessed by entering the main website and clicking on Student Services. In summary, take responsibility, research all courses and options thoroughly. Remember your Cio number and always check your Cio is updated if you make any changes to my application. Research all courses from year 1 to 4. Look at the course content, the options and the career progression. Talk to the guidance counsellor or other people or students who have completed the courses. Do not miss a deadline. Apply online through the Cio and adhere to the deadlines. Tick the SUSI, DARE and TIER box where applicable and adhere to the deadlines. Put courses in genuine order of preference. Retain proof of application for supporting documentation for HEAR and DARE, and you can use the back cover of your Cio booklet as proof of postage. Research financial supports. You can use the eligibility reckoner on the SUSI website to see if you're eligible for a grant. Be careful with changes of mind. Changes cannot be made after the 1st of July. Check all correspondence during the year from the Cio. Check all emails and make sure that the information you've entered is correct. Check out college supports and scholarships. Remember, post-leaving cert courses provide lots of progression routes to higher education institutions. It is important to check all the links. You can apply directly online for the PLC courses, or you can apply through fetchcourses.ie. And WCFE are currently taking applications. It's advisable to apply early to avoid disappointment. Keep an eye on the deadlines for applications to apprenticeships also. And generally the ESB apprenticeship opens in February and closes in March. Gurav Mahagwiv, thank you for listening to our presentation on the options for your son or daughter after the Leaving Cert. And if you have any further queries at any stage during the year, please feel free to contact either myself or Ms Kelly on Elaine Den at www.etb.ie or Rosina Kelly at www.etb.ie. You can also contact the school office on 051 294 100 and leave a message and we will get back to you. And also use the school guidance web page for updates of events, and also we update the teams for your son or daughter all the time with updates of events that will be happening and updated information, and they can access all that there too. Thank you.